Just been thinking. I've been talking to a friend of mine about, not wanting a job anymore and wanting to pursue my dreams and all that stupid, crazy stuff. And he asked me a question, or he said that, but it's actually worth it. After everything that we spoke about, he, mentioned how it is worth it, but he hasn't done it, but he's saying he can learn from me, and talking about how it's worth it. And I got to thinking that perhaps it is, but I'm a logical person. I'd like to think that I'm a logical person, and I'd like to think that I'm a bit of an educated person too, and I'd like to not ignore the information that I have at my disposal. So here's what I'm thinking. Bear with me on this. It's the road less taken, right? So obviously there's very few people who take it. That's just statistically speaking. There's few people who take the road less taken. Besides just statistically speaking, that's just logical. I mean, few people, since the road less taken is appropriately named. But here comes the tricky part, if you will. Just because it's the road less taken does not mean that it now defies the laws of statistics or the laws of reality or the laws of whatever law you can think of. I mean, nothing in this world, or as far as we know anyway, that has ever been endeavored on, whatever has been tried or started or whatever, nothing has had 100% success rate. That is just impossible. If it's not historically speaking, then definitely statistically, from a statistical standpoint, there's just no way that something has 100% success rate, and no way that something has 100% failure rate. Okay, maybe the failure rate thing can be true, but the success rate part, it just can't be. So is it worth it to do the stuff that some of us are doing? And perhaps for some of us it is. I mean, for me, I believe it is, that because I'm not backing down, I'm not going back. This is what I've chosen, this is where I'm going. I don't know though if it's worth it for all of us. I don't know if really it is. Oops, I just hit something. If it is something that you can say anyone who goes into it is gonna be worth it at the end, it is going to be, I don't think so. I'm not sure that I or anyone really can say that. I don't really believe in that. So I know we want to think or believe that if we take that path, then we're going to end up being successful. We're going to end up where we want to be. We're going to end up getting to our end goal. But come on, why are you doing that now? The reality is, life doesn't happen that. Come on, why are you not focusing? Life doesn't happen that way. Life statistics just don't agree with that. You don't. Come on. There you go. Finally focused. Yeah. So don't take what I or anyone who gives you advice or mentorship or whatever says to mean that you're definitely going to succeed. It does not always mean that. You can still fail. It cannot work out for you. It perhaps can take a long time before it actually works out for you. It's just, there's just no telling really. I wouldn't like to believe that there's just only been one Bill Gates or one guy with that certain mentality and certain idea, and perhaps the work ethic. But I guess now being positioned at the right place at the right time gave other people the edge over others. I'd really like to not believe that it's a definite win if you do something, if you take a certain route. Statistically, that doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, you can still fail, it can still go back. And I did say this in a previous video before, that the greater the risk, the greater the reward. But still, the greater the risk. We shouldn't forget that part. It still can screw you over for the rest of your life, and you could just die having not achieved it. But happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Okay, so I thought I was done, but then I thought perhaps I should just qualify that video by stating that the greatest reason why I'm doing this and not going back is that it makes me happy. It makes me happy to be part of something that actually says me, something that I am creating and building, something whose reputation I can shape and create and take in a certain direction that I want to take it in, and the possibilities that I can have, the possibilities of the things that I can achieve and the things that I can do, that gives me happiness. And of all things, happiness is what I value the most. And if you are going to be doing something similar to what I'm doing, what others are doing, or what others have done, then if at the core of it the happiness is what you put forward, if at the core of it has happiness, it is driven by happiness, that you are doing something you are happy doing, then definitely it is worth it. Because I heard something yesterday that says if the why is good enough, then you can endure anyhow. So whatever you go through, whatever I go through now, whatever hardships, difficulties, stress and whatever, yes, it's hard, but it's worth it for me because I'm happy doing this. I'm happy to accept all these challenges. I'm happy to have all these difficulties that I have. I mean, you're gonna have difficulties in pretty much anything you go into. Nothing is gonna be just smooth sailing. It just doesn't happen that way. But this is the sort of pain that I want. This is the difficulties that I'm willing to face because I know that the possible results are amazing. So if it's driven by happiness, then yes, perhaps it is worth it. But the end result may not be what you think it will be, may not be what you hope it will be, but the process which may be very long, if that for you is worth it, then yes, this whole thing is worth it. So thanks for watching. I hope that made sense. I hope it makes you think. I hope if you have an argument to make, you do make it down in the comments. I'd like this to be an interactive thing where we share ideas, debate ideas. I'm not saying I'm right, this is just what I think, and I still stand to be corrected. And I just want to learn myself, and I hope you guys out there, whoever's watching, is learning and is gaining something from this. And I hope I left an impact in you, in your mind, and made you think. And thank you for watching. Please comment, give me your thoughts, give me your questions. I don't know, whatever you want to say in the comments. I'm happy to respond to those. And yeah, enjoy.